Our little series about the bloodthirstiest creatures in Earth's history wraps up today with a special episode about the terrors of the sky. Now, of course, when it comes to modern creatures, scientists have a lot to say about their behavior and personality. But those ancient flyers? We can only guess. Still, those guesses are based on solid research and fascinating discoveries, and chances are their descendants who fill the same ecological roles today behave in very similar ways. Now listen, it's nearly impossible to cover every bloodthirsty animal in just a few episodes. So if you're hungry for more, drop a comment, smash that like button, and don't forget to subscribe to the Dinosaur Age channel. That way, you'll be the first to know when new episodes take off. Starling, raider, polygamist, and public enemy. First up, a creature that's at the very top of internet searches, the starling. This little bird with shiny blue-black feathers is found almost everywhere across Eurasia, except the Far East and parts of Southeast Asia. Sure, most people think of starlings as cheerful little signs of spring. But don't be fooled. These birds are anything but harmless. They'll nest anywhere, in trees, cliffs, even inside walls. And male starlings, they won't hesitate to evict anyone already living there. Think of birdhouses people put up in their backyards. To starlings, it's prime real estate for a hostile takeover. And get this, starlings are often polygamous. While one female is sitting on her eggs, the male might be off building another love nest somewhere else. To their credit though, the dads do help feed all their babies, sometimes making up to 300 food runs a day. When nesting season's over, they gather in massive flocks, swarming the skies and confusing predators. But here's the dark side. Those flocks can devastate crops and even cause serious danger to airplanes. In fact, in some countries, starlings are considered pests and are actively culled. And historically, they were even eaten as delicacies. Today though, they're known carriers of dangerous parasites and diseases. So yeah, even if you try to eat one now, these little punks could still mess you up. Dimorphodon, born to fly but love to crawl. Pterosaurs, one of the greatest mysteries in paleontology. And among them, Dimorphodon really threw scientists for a loop. These flying reptiles grew up to 5 feet long with a wingspan close to 3 feet and a seriously oversized head packed with 2 different types of teeth. Since its discovery in 1828, researchers have changed their minds several times about how Dimorphodon lived. Was it a fish-eating flyer? A clumsy walker? A tree crawler? Turns out, it barely flew at all. It needed a long runway to take off and used its wings only in emergencies, like escaping predators. Basically, evolution said, flying is cool, but crawling's easier. Common vampire bat, terror on night wings. Now for the real nightmare fuel, the common vampire bat. Bats are the second largest group of mammals after rodents, with over 1,450 species, but only 3 feed on blood, and the most famous is the common vampire. They weigh just 1.5 ounces and have a wingspan of about 8 inches, but for farmers across Central and South America, they're a major menace, mainly to livestock, not humans. These little bloodsuckers live in colonies hundreds strong and are super intelligent and highly social. They'll sneak up on cattle at night, use a built-in anesthetic in their saliva, and painlessly sip up to 20 milliliters of blood. Hardly noticeable, but they can spread deadly diseases. That's why farmers fight them relentlessly, even though vampires themselves are just trying to survive. Meganeura, when dragonflies were apex predators. Imagine a dragonfly the size of an eagle. Meet the Meganeura, Carboniferous period terror with a wingspan of over 3 feet. These giant insects needed massive amounts of energy. Modern dragonflies eat up to 30% of their body weight daily, so a Meganeura would need about a pound of meat every single day. Back then, the food chain was flipped. Slow amphibians were easy prey, and giant insects ruled the air. Instead of frogs catching dragonflies, it was dragonflies hunting frogs. Wild, right? Herring gull, fearless food thief. Next, meet the herring gull, a 4-pound bird that's become shockingly bold. Once seashore dwellers, these gulls now thrive near cities, stealing food right from people's hands. They're big, aggressive, and not afraid to fight. In fact, there have been serious incidents, injuries to kids, attacks on pets, even a fatal heart attack after a gull swarm ambush. These birds may seem like harmless seaside clowns, but underestimate them at your own risk. Blue-footed booby, so dumb it's charming. Speaking of clowns, let's talk about the blue-footed booby. The name literally means clown in Spanish, and honestly, it fits. These birds are adorably awkward, clumsy, and ridiculously trusting of humans. They live along the Pacific coast of Central America and the Galapagos Islands, showing off their brilliant blue feet, a sure sign of good health. And yes, those feet are a big deal in the dating scene. Boobies are excellent fishermen, diving up to 80 feet deep, but their goofy behavior on land keeps them beloved by tourists and vulnerable to predators. Kingfisher, risking it all for a meal. Tiny but mighty, the kingfisher hunts with precision, but at great risk. They wait patiently above rivers and ponds, then dive like bullets to catch fish. After snatching prey, they bash it against a branch to kill it before swallowing it whole. But here's the kicker. If a kingfisher stays underwater too long, its feathers soak through and the bird can drown. Young kingfishers especially have a rough time. A third of them won't survive to adulthood. It's a brutal life for a few bites of fish. Hast Eagle, the extinct manhunter. And finally, the legendary Hast Eagle from New Zealand. This absolute monster could weigh over 30 pounds and had a wingspan over 8 feet. Without large land predators to compete with, Hast Eagle became the apex predator, hunting giant flightless birds like the moa. But when humans arrived, they hunted both the eagles and their prey into extinction. Still, Maori legends remember the eagle, not just as a hunter of birds, but as a man-eater. And honestly, given its size and strength, that seems pretty likely. Thanks for flying with us through Earth's most fearsome creatures. If you love this episode, dive into the rest of our videos on the Dinosaur Age channel. We explore ancient life, the rise of humanity, and our wild relationship with nature. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and we'll see you next time.